Hello, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I've been a bit inactive recently, and I'll be a lot more inactive coming Thursday, so enjoy that inactivity spell of mine. But more importantly, Man City. Because, we play Real Madrid tomorrow. We'll talk about that in a bit. But I think maybe more importantly, this is Whining Tuesday, sorry.
Someday we'll get Whining Wednesday back. Someday.
But it doesn't have to be us to whine, because there's been plenty of Arsenal tales as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, Man City, that was a 7-point lead, and in the span of 3 games, it became a 2-point lead. Which is bad, by the way. Talk about
these people don't understand basic math either. Like, I was telling you backstage about the stream I was on yesterday, and this Arsenal fan just would not understand facts. I was like, yeah, draws are bad for you. You don't realize a draw is not a point gained, it's 2 points lost. And he's like, well, we're still up by 2 points. And I'm like, yeah, the reason it's only 2 points is because he's like, well, losses are 0 points. And I was like, yeah, well, we lost a game, then we won it, and then we won 2 games. You drew 2 games and only won 1, so we gained points on you because even though we lost a game. And he just was not understanding the concept. I was literally just like, yeah, if you go 2 games where you win 1 and you lose 1, and the other team goes 2 games and they draw both games, the team that lost the game has more points. Like,
yeah,
it's like, and this is not even complicated stuff. This is basic math. The guy just would not.
Everybody
go watch that stream, basically.
This is why I don't like going on big channels, because they invite people who just... they're not worth talking to. No offense. But
it's only one fan base, to be honest.
Who will that
Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, they're more rational. They're more logical. Don't understand math.
The problem with Liverpool fans is they'll say something rational, but then you'll talk about one of their players and they're like, oh no, that guy's a god. Or they'll talk about Trent, oh no, he was never good. That's the problem with Liverpool fans. They can be rational, but they've just got certain players or managers that they just put on a pedestal. And then you have to...
It'll be interesting to see how they start to think of Mo Salah after that whole... Wow. The past couple hours with that. Oh, my goodness.
I hope Liverpool win today against Inter, so that I can see Salah cry his heart out in another interview.
He didn't even go with the team. There's reports saying he's going to leave. What?
Did he not go with the team?
I don't think he went with the team. I'm pretty sure they said he's not traveling with the team.
Well, that's
There's so much drama coming out. Just go to that Indy Kayla guy.
He's not with the team. You're right, bruh.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm just like, what is this? I'm like, hey, at least, we may have pointed Kev to the door, but we didn't kick him out of the door. We gave him a beautiful send off, And
but no, this is the thing though. Kevin De Bruyne was benched and was like, okay, I'm on the bench. This guy is benched. He's crying a storm, bruv. Now,
he doesn't been crap. He's earned a spot on the bench.
Definitely.
He's been terrible this season.
Salah is mad washed, bro. Like, generally, people were saying it already at the end of last season that he was looking washed. This guy, he's done his magnum opus season and he's gone. Watching Liverpool fall down table like that was very satisfying. Because they're, I think, 9th now, if I'm not mistaken. How have they dropped down that far? They won their first 5 games in a row, by the way. They
by
won
the skin of their teeth. I watched all those games.
They're 10th, sorry. They are 10th.
They're 10th? Oh, jeez. Is United above them in the table? Because I'm going to laugh my ass off if that's true.
I think they will finish bottom half of the table. I'm being genuine right now. If they don't sack slots.
Spending $500 million and finishing in the bottom half of the table, that will officially be the worst title defense of all time. Except for when City won the title and then got relegated.
What else? That 1938, I believe. 1937, we won it. Yeah. 1938, we were relegated. While scoring the most goals, by the way.
Jeez.
Top scorers.
There's somebody still alive who remembers that.
1938, probably not.
There might be. I mean, somebody who maybe if they were like 10 years old or something back then. They'd be flirting with 100 by now.
Yeah. But
not unheard of. It's still within the realm of possibility, but somebody from like 1909. No, forget it.
Yeah, nobody remembers 1904 the FA Cup or stuff like that. 1904 is the FA Cup that Man City won. By the way, we won that trophy before Chelsea was even formed.
No history, right? We have no history.
I think Chelsea was formed in 1905. So it's literally the year before Chelsea.
I thought it was 1907 for them, but
was it 1907?
I don't know because I don't really care about Chelsea, so I don't know.
Fair. I get. By the way, while we're on the subject of Chelsea,
have them on right now.
How are they suddenly 6 points behind us?
Well, Caicedo got a red card, and they went to Elland Road and lost, got their butts kicked. And then
by
I
the
don't even know.
Leeds.
Oh, and then I didn't watch the Bournemouth game because it was on at the same time as the City game, but they drew that game. Apparently, Bournemouth had a goal that was disallowed, so they could have lost that game. Hey, man, once they get in a title race, they
you know what's funny?
Football.
It's always December. It's always December for them.
Oh, wait. Yeah, it is.
Well,
I think they realized that João Pedro's crap. Liam Delap's not that great. Apparently, their team is held together by Caicedo. I think he must be playing right now because he's only suspended in the Premier League. He should be playing.
Yeah.
Kind of like when we had Rodri suspended. He still played it. Remember, he played in that game at what was that, Leipzig or something?
Yeah, Leipzig. And Openda scored twice, but we ended up winning 3-2. We were 2-0 down at halftime. Anyhow, Chelsea, they had that draw with Arsenal. And that was November. Then December starts, lost to Leeds, draw to Bournemouth. They go to Everton next. They could be dropping down, I can't lie.
They could be, they could drop points in that game because they struggle with the low block. And I think Caicedo's still out for that game. So
it's a 3-game
apparently they can't cope without him.
So. It's a 3-game.
They have to face Jack Grealish.
Yeah, we don't. How lucky are we? We don't. Everton without Grealish is like half the team, so we get to play against a weaker Everton than everyone else, which is
everybody's like, you still have to go to Everton this season. I'm like, yeah, but we don't have to face Jack Grealish like you do, and he's their best player by far. So, haha.
Big up, by the way, to Manchester Blue. Oh, where's that again?
It's not Liam, is it? Did Connect just lose his whole channel, or what's going on there? Didn't Liam lose his channel?
Yeah, Liam did.
Yeah. Is he the same person? He's Connect, right? Isn't he?
No, Connect is someone else.
Oh, okay. Never mind. I'm confusing two people. Okay.
Liam was This is City. This is City was Liam.
Oh, okay.
But his channel was just taken down for no reason. Viva la YouTube.
Oh, someone's crying on the pitch for Atalanta over here. I don't know who it is. I keep thinking they're playing Inter because it looks like Inter shirts, but I don't know. I was I don't know what game to put on. I was like, I don't think the Inter Liverpool game is going to be that good.
Hello, big up to him. And big up to RTD as well. Union 1-0 up. Who is Union playing against in Champions League?
I don't know.
I might say it's 1-1 already.
Ooh, maybe I'll put that game on. That sounds way better. Despite Marseille having a person I despise on their team.
Yeah, I was just going to say number 10 plays for them, for Marseille.
But Marseille, they're so good. They're actually really... I watch a lot of Liga. Marseille are really fun. I'll put that game on. Chelsea.
Do you think Rodri comes back? We have a chance at the Champions League. I think we have a chance at the Champions League anyhow. The thing is with the Champions League,
we do.
The thing is with the Champions League, you don't need to be the best team to win it. So we've actually, in a way, got a better chance at the Champions League than we've got at the Premier League. Because there's more chance involved when it comes to Champions League. With Premier League, it's just who is the best. It tends to even out across a 38-game season. Whereas Champions League, it doesn't really work like that because it's just how knockout competitions are. So even if we are trash this season, we could win a lucky Champions League title. Like it's happened before. Liverpool's Champions League title that they talk about to come back was that 2005. They were the best team in Europe by a mile. They were well behind.
I think when Chelsea won their last one, which I don't know
Chelsea in 2021.
They were like 8th in the league or something like that, and they won the Champions League. It's just about getting hot at the right time. I think for us, we have to avoid that playoff because I don't want to risk that, you know.
Yeah, no, I don't want to be in that playoff either. Forever Nicky Hine Bruges army. Well, not quite, because he got sacked. Nicky Hine got sacked, bro. Proper standards at my club. We got Ivan Leko, experienced manager. Not someone who keeps playing the favorites. Goal PSV. PSV have been on
Steve was messaging me about that. If we wanted to whine about something, we could whine about where the hell is Rodri. It's hard to find, like, we're professionals. We're going to find something to whine about, but I can't really, I don't have much to whine about after the Sunderland game. That was a really good game.
This is the thing. We can talk about rival fans whining. That's the beauty.
Yeah. Oh, I can whine about Pep Guardiola and his presser about Turkey. Turkey had this great game, and he's like, well, he should have done something like Messi does it. I'm like, what?
No, that was ridiculous. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we'll whine about that. I was like, come on, man.
No, I'm sorry. Yeah, this is the thing. Pep takes the piss with this type of stuff. He does this with Haaland too. When someone praises Haaland, well, Haaland is a good player, but he isn't Messi because Messi. Mate, fuck off. Also, like, Jenny, shut up.
The weirdest thing about that presser too is he decides to glaze Savinho, and I was like, okay, I get some. Okay, Savinho was fine. I'm not going to rip on the guy. I'm finding him to be painfully average this season. Like that's all. He's never been like bad. He's had that one really good game against Villarreal. He was pretty good against Dortmund, but like I'm finding him to be so average this season. And it's like Pep just continually overglazes him, and I'm like, okay, you're ripping on a guy who was brilliant, created 6 chances in a game, got 2 assists, could have gotten up to 6 if people could finish. Holland, I'm yelling at you. And then he decides to just wax poetic about Savinho, and I was like, for what?
But he did this with Nunez too. You remember that Mateus Nunez?
Yeah, he ripped Nunez apart after a good game.
Nunez was our best player that game. I think he even won man of the match that game. I could be wrong, but I think he won man of the match that game. And Pep was
ripping that game. Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Him apart in the interview. Like, what are you doing?
He said he was too stupid to play midfield. I was like, whoa, that is harsh. Like, whoa, tell us how you really feel. But it's not even that. I'm just like, why are you glazing this super basic bitch Savinho cameo? I'm like, he didn't. I mean, like, he didn't do anything wrong, but it was just a robotic, boring cameo. Like, who cares?
But no, this is the thing, yeah. You're a professional. Just period. You're a professional. This is your job. These things stay within the company you're working in. You look at Alex Ferguson. His players could be shit. He'd never talk shit of his players. Not in public. The locker room would close, and he'd be killing those players.
Oh, yeah.
But in public, he will never say something bad about it. You just don't do that. And Pep Guardiola does it so often with our players. I don't care how great of a manager he is. He's got attitude problems the way he talks about players sometimes. Like, it pisses me off. I'm sorry. You can't be saying that about your players after they have brilliant games. What? Yeah. If someone plays brilliant, you don't knock them. Like, come on. You don't knock them in general, even if they play shit. You do that in private, it's not in public.
Yeah.
But totally. after they play such a brilliant game, to come out in a presser and say he should have done this instead of that, and he's not Messi. Mate, fuck off. Like, I'm sorry.
I just want to glaze. I want to glaze Turkey some more. Like, my God, that guy is. Oh, him and Foden together are so fun to watch. Because you can tell that, like, Foden has never had like that little techie friend to just, like, feed off of, and the two of them they feed. Like, I've said this a bunch of times. Like, I can't believe how much chemistry the two of them have, considering it hasn't even been a year. I was saying this during the Club World Cup when they played like 4 games together. I was like, these guys just get it. Remember the Al Halal cameos when both of them came on late in the game? And it was just like, boom, we scored a goal like immediately. Like Turkey with this like crazy pass to Foden for a goal. And you're just like, what? Where was this the whole game? Why didn't this come on earlier? Why are you putting this on like with 10 minutes to go? Like if you'd put that on 20 minutes earlier, we probably would have equalized that game. And I love it. I love the feedback between the two of them. And like Foden just looks so happy when he plays with him. And Turkey obviously still has some growing pains, and he's had some poor games too. I'm not going to forget that. He's still growing and developing, but the two of them together is just a really exciting prospect, like for this club. And maybe we might not have even seen the finished article. It might take a few years to get to that, but dude, it's so enjoyable right now. And for Turkey to have the confidence to do that, Rabona and Foden just being right there and putting it away, like. Yeah, he was doing the showboating, but it resulted in a goal. You know what I mean? Like it got a goal. It got a goal. So what is there to criticize?
You know what would have been great for Cherki's confidence? If Pep fucking praised him for once. How much does it do for your confidence when your manager says you shouldn't do that after you put in a great performance?
When you created 6 chances in a game. You created 6 chances. You got 2 assists, and your manager's like, well, why didn't you just do the simple thing that Messi does all the time? And the thing is that Turkey was doing a lot of the simple things for some of those chances he created. It wasn't like he was just showboating the whole time. He was doing the simple things correctly, and they resulted in big chances. And so for the manager to just completely ignore that and just say, the Rabona where you actually got the assist, it wasn't simple enough or whatever. It's just like, come on, man.
Anyhow, by the way, we've got Exeter City in the FA Cup. I've just been told. That's a bit
the draw happened yesterday. When is that game? I don't even know.
10th of January. The 10th of January.
What week is that? I don't know my January schedule yet, but hopefully.
Let me check quickly.
Okay, January 10th is on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's the second Saturday of
January. Yeah, I should. Yeah, that's perfect because I'll probably be. I sometimes I work on Saturdays, but like I usually don't work till later in the day. Like the games come on, because I start working at 9:30 p.m. UK time. So.
What time is it now for you?
It is 12:25 in the afternoon. I'm 9 hours behind you, and I'm 8 hours behind UK time.
Yeah, you're way behind.
I'm halfway around the world. Yeah, pretty much. And
I
might be doing, and I just bought concert tickets for Manchester in May for a long weekend. I won't be staying for very. I'm waiting until.
How long is the flight? Well, that has to be like a 10-hour flight.
From San Francisco to London is like 10 or 12 hours.
Yeah.
I don't know. Because I think what will happen is I'll fly in. I'll go from San Francisco to Frankfurt, and then Frankfurt has a flight to Manchester, so I can just do that. I have to wait for because there's a game scheduled the next day, and so I have to wait for that to be finalized before I can like buy anything. So I'm like, well, the game's scheduled for a Saturday, but if I book a plane ticket home for Sunday, then they change the game to Sunday, then I'm in trouble. So I'm like, I'm going to the concert. I'm going to that damn game. I will find a ticket from someone.
Bayern München won without a Kane goal, by the way. Just saying.
Without a
prediction. Bayern won without a goal from Harry Kane. Just saying.
Oh, you said a game goal, and I was like, what the hell does that mean?
Yeah, Harry Kane.
I got you. Yeah.
Not a big game player, is he?
Against the mighty, who were they playing?
I don't know.
Benfica or something?
I don't know.
I think they were playing a Portuguese team.
Sporting,
just scored.
I think.
Apparently a VAR decision gave Chelsea a goal. I turned that game off, but I got a notification.
Kelkster, prediction, Real Madrid, Man City. I suppose let's head to that conversation 10.
Oh my God. This game screams that City should smack them because there's drama. You know, it's typical Real Madrid. There's drama. Xabi Alonso may be on the hot seat. He could be fired if he loses the game. Apparently Mbappe's out. I don't believe that story for a second. And even the Real Madrid person I talked to, he even says, "Oh, he's been officially rolled out." I'm like, he's probably starting the game. I'm not going to believe it till I see a squad tomorrow, right? An hour before kickoff or whatever. I mean, this screams that we should get something out of this game, but you know, it's the Bernabeu. I feel like, and this team struggles away from the Etihad, so I don't know what to expect. I would say at bare minimum, we got to get a draw in this game because it's so the situation is perfect for it. But you can also just see Vinny dunking on us because we'll probably trot out, Nathan Ake or something to, or somebody like that. And, he's just going to blow past him. Even though we have the Vinny stopper, he doesn't play any minutes. Husinov was great there last season. He hasn't played any minutes. You can't just throw him into a game fresh. You should have given him minutes against Sunderland. But, oh, no, Nathan Ake had to have the minutes for reasons. I don't know why. So, I don't know.
Aki hype in net. Sacked in the
Out
morning.
the door.
Sacked in the morning. Chants going wild tomorrow.
Yeah, the rumors is that Klopp wants in. I'm like, whoa, Jurgen Klopp with that team? Oh my god, that would probably be really fun to watch because some of those profiles would fit Jurgen Klopp. Like Jude Bellingham would probably go crazy under Klopp, and the runners would just be running. It'd be, but then they'd burn out. We all know how that works. But the fact that they don't have a whole season of it might give everybody a chance.
You know what thing is, yeah? I just think it's stupid to say we are going to sack the manager if we lose ahead of time, because now the players are like, well, I want this guy gone. This guy's got me on the bench. I want him gone. I'll pretend to be injured.
Allegedly, that's the rumors that Mbappe wants Alonso out. So he allegedly he says he's injured, and I'm like, he's gonna start the game tomorrow. Don't fall for this crap. I don't fall for any of the Spanish media garbage.
Bro, Mbappe to start and not make a single run, we will be dead.
If he wants to not do if he wants to start the game and not do anything, I'm all for it, man. I'll take 10 men on the pitch. The problem is they're still gonna have Courtois, and Courtois is just so good in these kind of games.
Yeah, but what if Courtois wants him out?
Oh,
we will be dead.
I don't know. I feel like there's so many little storylines that could just backfire. Like Rudiger's been shit the whole season, but all of a sudden Erling Haaland comes and he looks like the best defender in the world. Like it's like clockwork. And then Rodrigo hasn't scored in 30 games. Guess what? He's probably gonna score tomorrow, like to break the streak and all this crap. And I'm just like, jeez. It's just hard because there's been so many terrible games at that stadium for Man City. So it's just hard to just imagine us somehow like waltzing in there and kicking their butts. I can't see it. I mean, we should on paper because they're missing half their team allegedly, or they're going to, and we're probably gonna. Maybe some of our players are gonna feel a little tired. Like Nico G's been running around a lot. Bernardo's running around a lot.
But we took Nico G off though against Fulham, so we are rotating these players, which is a good thing. A little bit.
But the one that worries me is Bernardo because he's just older.
Yeah. Honestly, I would not start Bernardo. I would not start him. I'd start.
It doesn't matter. Pep will start him unless he's injured or suspended. So I've given up. I'm like, it's gonna happen. It's the only way to get Cherki and Foden in the same lineup because the two of them don't do anything defensively. So Bernardo kind of has to be their defensive fill-in.
Yeah, but Pep will start Bernardo. But logically speaking, Pep doesn't do logic. Pep does Pep stuff. But logically speaking, I would not start him this game. I'd put on Tijani in midfield with Gonzalez and with Foden. And then I'd have Cherki on the right wing. I'd have Doku left wing. And up top, I'd put, we're not going to argue about who we put up top, are we?
So I don't know. We should put Barberis right now. Yeah. Bench Holland. Bench Holland in this big game. He'll love that.
You know what's
Start
fucking
complaining
ridiculous?
about his goal bonuses.
You know what's ridiculous stuff I've been seeing recently about Erling Haaland in big games? Yeah, you want to hear some statistics about Erling Haaland in big games because apparently he's not a big game player, right?
The only thing I can think of is that he's never scored in a final for City, at least. I think he has for Dortmund, but
yeah,
that is factual evidence, like for City. But
Haaland has a better record in finals than Aguero. Haaland has 2 goals in 4 finals in his career. Aguero has 4 goals, I believe, in 11 finals.
Wait. Haaland's played in more than 4 finals.
3 for City, 1 for Dortmund.
He's played 3 FA Cup finals for City. He's played a Champions League final for City. So that's 4.
Yeah, 4.
Are we counting?
5 finals.
The Club World Cup is a final. He wasn't even on that.
He wasn't on the pitch.
That doesn't count. That doesn't count.
That doesn't count.
Does the Super Cup count as a final?
No. Otherwise, I'd have to count Community Shield for Aguero, and it's spike up to a bunch.
Okay.
So
European Community Shield.
Yeah. Without counting the Super Cup. So it's
okay. So we have 4 finals and then what? 2 for
5
Dortmund.
finals for Haaland then. So still, it's still a better record. 2 to 5 is better than 4 to 11.
He won 2 of the Pokal Cups for Dortmund. Is it just 1?
He played just 1.
Okay, I'm thinking of someone else then. Someone else won 2 Pokal Cups. Maybe it was Vardiol.
Yeah, Vardiol with Leipzig.
Okay,
they won back-to-back DFB Pokal.
Okay, that's it. That's what I'm thinking of then.
Haaland has a better record against the Big 6 than Aguero. He has a better record in Champions League knockouts than Aguero. And by the way, I'm using Aguero as the measurement tool because we all agree that Aguero is a world-class player and a big game player.
One of our best ever players.
Yeah. I'm not slandering Aguero. I'm just using him as the measuring stick. Haaland has scored more Champions League goals than Aguero. Haaland has scored more goals in the final 5 games than Aguero, if you look per capita, not in total. Haaland has scored more Champions League goals against Madrid than Aguero. Aguero has never scored in the Champions League against Madrid.
Yeah, we only played him once, I think. When was it
twice,
just the one time?
Twice.
Oh, was it twice? Okay.
No, twice. 3 times.
Okay.
I think he played. I think it's 2 or 3 times, something like that.
Yeah, because it would have been under Pellegrini, that one. That Aguero was on that team.
Yeah.
I'm just struggling to remember the other ones, but
now the statistics start getting silly. Haaland is the only player to score 5 goals in an FA Cup game. Haaland is the only player to score 5 goals in a Champions League knockout game.
I was at that game.
Haaland has the best goal-to-game ratio in the 21st century. Haaland is actually good for his country. No offense, Aguero.
R.I.P.
Aguero never scored in a Champions League semi-final. He played 1 more than Haaland. Aguero never scored in a Champions League final. Haaland has scored 2 goals, 2 assists against Arsenal in the treble season. He scored twice in a must-win game at Spurs.
Oh, no.
When we had Ponte.
Liverpool just scored on Inter.
Beautiful. Salutates to come. By the way, Haaland is the only player and the only striker, to score a brace against Real Madrid in the Champions League in the past 5 years. And just to name some other players, Lewandowski has never scored in a Champions League final. De Bruyne has never scored in a Champions League final. Mbappé has never scored in a Champions League final. So, unless we want to agree that all the players I just went through are not big game players, it's stupid to say Haaland isn't a big game player. You'd have to say Aguero isn't. Because that's
you said Harry Kane never scored in a Champions League final, did he?
Well, Harry Kane didn't either, but I didn't mention him.
Has Erling Haaland skied a penalty in a World Cup quarterfinal?
Not yet. Not yet. We will be there, though. But no. The narrative that Erling Haaland is not a big game player, it's ridiculous. I'm sorry.
Oh, wait. VAR took the goal away, apparently. I'm getting update. A friend of mine just texting me. I'm just getting the updates. Maybe I should turn the game on, but nah. I'm too lazy.
You know what I think people do with Erling Haaland? They do this with Mbappé too, by the way. They expect Mbappé and Haaland to be the next Messi and Ronaldo.
Yeah.
So unless Haaland and Mbappé get the Messi and Ronaldo numbers, they're not as good. They're not good players, which is ridiculous. Any other player in the history of the sport would have been considered one of the greats with the numbers that those two put up. Instead, we have arguments. Haaland isn't a big game player. What? Why not? oh, he failed to score in 4 or 5 finals for City. While Aguero failed to score in 7. What are we doing here? Like, it makes no sense. Aguero's certainly not a big game player. I don't think people realize scoring in a final is not normal. You don't do it on command. There's not a lot of players without good records in finals.
Yeah,
Messi.
Usually there's not a lot of chances, and that's why our DM scored for in our Champions League final, and not our forwards. Although Foden really should have had one.
I mean, if you look back,
Foden should have had that second goal.
If you look back, Sergio Ramos scored a winner in a Champions League final. I believe Liverpool's when it was a penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
He also scored a big goal against Atletico Madrid in a final too. I think it was. Maybe it was a penalty, but I remember watching that final. The first of 2 in a row where it was the 2 Madrid teams going at it in the final.
Yeah. So I mean, I think people imagine big game to mean you scored in a final. No. Haaland will at some point score in a final, but he'll never have a positive record in finals. You know why? Because he ain't Messi. He ain't Ronaldo.
Also, the defense just triple marks him. They're like, somebody else beat us, and thankfully Rodri beat them.
I mean, the fact is, though, that is kind of a good strategy when you come up against Man City nowadays. Which is the problem in itself. But no, I think it's silly. When people argue Haaland isn't a big game player, I'm sorry. What does big game player mean? Because by these standards, Aguero is not a big game player. And then people mention the 93-20 goal because it's an iconic moment. But Aguero had a chance in the 30th minute to make it 2-0. If he scored that, we wouldn't have needed that 93-20 moment. So that would have been better.
Would have been the Edin Dzeko would have been the guy. If the whole game carried out the same way. We would be praising Edin Dzeko all day.
Yeah, but that shows how stupid it is, right? Yeah, 93-20 is a great moment. It's the best moment in Premier League history. But that doesn't make Aguero better than Haaland. It does make Aguero better than Lewandowski. And I'm not saying he's not at their level. Well, he's not at Haaland's level, I'm just going to say it. But when people use a single moment, this is the thing. People use our past players to slack off our current players. They will say Aguero, or Haaland doesn't do what Aguero did. Okay? What is that supposed to mean? We used to have Sterling, and now we have Doku. Well, Doku's been good recently. But no, people are talking about, we had Sterling and Mahrez. We don't anymore. And I'm going to be sorry. A lot of these old players that people rate so highly aren't as good as you remember them to be. Because nostalgia does this. You forget the bad moments and you remember the good ones. And 10 years from now, we'll do the same thing with our current players. We're going to do the same thing with Matheus Nunes. Matheus Nunes was generational. We do this with Zabaleta. Brother, Zabaleta was good, but he was never world class. Nobody at the time was calling him world class. But
call him like a cult figure, like a
he was definitely a cult figure.
Oh no,
he was definitely a cult figure. But you see people now saying Zabaleta was Man City's best. Why? No, Carl Walker was better.
Oh god, the unnamed player just scored. Boo, boo.
And in your own game?
Yeah. I can't praise that one, sorry. Why? Because I have dignity.
Is Husa starting for you at right back? Not this game.
No. There's no chance. He's cold. You can't bring him in ice cold off the bench. Maybe he'll play, maybe he'll sub on. I don't know. But Pep has been ignoring him. He's bringing John Stones and Nathan Ake on before him, and I don't know why.
Probably because
I thought this was supposed to be his year to kind of develop and get better, and he's not playing at all. Remember how we said our system doesn't work without him before he got injured? Then he got injured and he's nowhere to be seen. He's played in like one cup game and they're like, he was shit in the cup game. I'm like, well, yeah, it's a cup. I mean, so does that mean we just don't play him the rest of the season because he struggled in a cup game? Like, I don't get it.
I think we'll start seeing Husnov back after New Year, but I kind of want to see him now.
Yeah, why not? Why not get him warm? I keep making this argument, and they're like, "Oh, just give him time. He's very young. He'll have, he'll be a great Man City player." Blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, why doesn't he get the 5 or 10 minutes? And it's like, oh, because he's last in the pecking order. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
But that's the thing.
He gives us something our defense doesn't have, which is pace. Like late in a game against a pacey defender, I don't know why we're not subbing him on. I don't know why we're putting Nathan Ake on against a pacey player. Got burned for, it was Nunez who got burned for pace in that game. I think Ake was fine. Actually, well, he overplayed one of the balls or whatever.
I think we probably want to sell Ake in January because he wants to leave as well. And
yeah, he wants to play because he needs to play to make the World Cup.
And I think that's why we're playing Ake, to advertise him. I don't think it's for tactical reasons. I think it's for, let's advertise this guy, see if someone buys him. Because he's probably been told you're not going to play again after January. We're going to go buy someone, or we're going to bring someone back from loan or something. So I think that's the reason why.
Now Victor Hayes, they got to keep him on loan, man. That's just better for his development to keep being on loan.
Yeah, no, that's fine for me. That's fine for me. Then let's talk about the summer, actually. The winter, so should I say, January. I think we're going to spend another 200 million, if I'm being honest. I see a lot of people say we're not going to have the same type of window as last season. Why not? We've got the money. We've done this before with Pep. We spent 200 million plus 3 years in a row with Pep.
No. We have to sell players first, because there's just, Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis are getting left off on match squads because there's just no slots. Like, if you get rid of Ake, I think you need to get rid of one of the keepers. We don't need 4 keepers. Like, get rid of one of them, probably Ortega.
Probably Trafford, actually.
I don't even know who else you could get rid of, because, I'd like to get rid of Kovacic, but you can't because he's injured. No one's going to buy him.
No, yeah, I don't know. Here's the thing. You sell John Stones, you sell Ake, right?
I can't.
John Stones might be alone. Stones might be alone because it's impossible to sell him. So you get those 2 out of the club at least.
I don't think Stones will leave. He's injured.
On a loan,
Who's going to loan him when he's injured?
Everton, maybe.
Also, $250K a week. Nobody wants to pick up those wages. And if you think for a moment that Pep Guardiola is going to let both of his experienced center backs leave, because apparently, oh no, heaven forbid Husanov get a game. Got to keep these older guys in front of him on the bench. But also, John Stones is one of his guys. Like, he's not going to let him go. Like, if the club is going to say, yeah, we're not renewing your contract. But if Pep had to say, he'd say renew his contract. Like, I think Pep honestly wanted to keep Gundogan too. And I think club were just like, no, he's got to go. Like, we have to move on as a club. Like,
the club can just say, no, he's got to go. The club can't just do that.
I wish they would say that with a couple other players, but because I think there's certain people here, like a John Stones. I think he's blocking our future players from developing. And so next season we're going to have these players. They're probably going to be disgruntled because they haven't played at all, and then they're not going to have any development. So we're going to struggle with John Stones, who's frankly has not been good this season because his body is just broken down. I don't think he's good anymore. So he's getting all the minutes. Well, until he got injured. So Husanov has gotten no minutes. So next season, when you need to depend on Husanov, he hasn't developed because he hasn't played. So you're just going to be in the same situation. You go from a bad center back to a bad center back. Maybe he'll get better by the end of the season, next season, but why not get it out of the way now? So next season, you're ready to just kick everyone's ass. Like, from the get-go, you don't have to develop anybody. It's just go. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Yeah, you can make logical arguments about it. It's like, okay, as I said earlier, you can say maybe we're playing. Now, let's be honest, none of us really know what's going on. I think that's a problem, that we don't know, and that's why we theorize. But you could say maybe we're playing Ake because we're trying to sell him and we want to advertise him.
I understand that. The problem is I don't think he's been good either.
But he doesn't have to be good. He just has to be okay.
Fit, I guess. Okay.
If you're okay, there will be a club out there who's willing to buy. Especially when Ake wants to leave.
I think that's the big thing, is he actually wants to leave. I don't think Stones wants to leave.
What about Ortega? You think he wants to leave?
Yeah, he needs to go. He's the one.
No,
he's
but
like
do
the
you
number
think
one.
he wants to leave?
I mean, I have no idea, because it seemed like there was interest for him this summer, but he didn't go. I don't know. Maybe he's just happy to collect his paycheck, because I think he's on like 80 or 90K a week, and I don't know if he'll get that on another team. So if that's the case, maybe just sit around and collect your money. I don't know. We seem to be, we have a couple of players like Calvin Phillips. We'll never get rid of him because he's happy to just sit around and hang out with the reserves and collect his money that we stupidly gave him. So that's why I get a little nervous about some of these contracts that they want to hand out. And I'm just like, the rumors of earlier saying, oh, John Stones wants to renew. I'm like, no, you might as well just take fire to some money. Like, have a like in the Dark Knight. In the Dark Knight, just set money to $1 billion in cash or whatever it is, just set the money on fire. Like, you at least get some warmth out of it.
I want to see Marmoush getting game time.
I do too. I've been whining about that for a long time. I mean, I don't understand that at all.
Is Marmoush off to play for? I think after this game, right? After this game, he goes off.
I don't know. I thought he was going to be here for the Crystal Palace game, but if you're not going to play him, you might as well just let him go, because he needs to get match fit, and he's not getting match fit in these 2-minute cameos. So yeah, let him go to AFCON and let him go play with Egypt, because he'll play 90 minutes every game, so he'll get his match fitness and then hopefully be ready to go, because you're just going to burn out Doku in the meantime. So that's something you got to worry about in the second half of the season. You're just going to burn him out. I have a
solution to preventing Doku from being burned out.
What is that?
Play Savio.
Oh, God. Yeah, then God, imagine again. Savio gets a couple of runs. There's a lot of people predicting Savio is going to start tomorrow, and I'm just like, oh.
Well, that isn't happening.
It would not surprise me. He's been starting him in a lot of the Champions League games, especially the road games.
Yeah, but
I don't know why Pep is so fixated on it. Like I said, I just think he's painfully average. I'm not saying he's bad. I don't think he's a bad player. He's just done nothing to make me go, wow. Like, oh, you're a player. Like, oh, sometimes you see a player and they may not be getting a lot of minutes. Like Turkey, when he was making his little cameos, you're like, okay, there's something there. Like, there's absolutely something there. Like, I can work with this. With Savinho, I'm just like, Like, he generally doesn't mess anything up, but he doesn't. Like, I never say that he's never the problem, but he's never the solution for me. Like, when he comes off the bench, I'm like, yeah, we're not scoring here. Like, he's not going to get us that goal we need. I just don't find him to be a solution. Like, it's tough.
He's gonna have to play games though, because it's what we've got.
I know. That's the problem. Is like, I would like to upgrade that. I don't know if the rumor is Semenyo, but I'm like, I don't know if Semenyo is that big of an upgrade from him.
Well, he's going to be an upgrade for sure, but the question is how much of an upgrade. I'd rather Jared Bowen, to be honest, than Semenyo. I'd rather Jared Bowen. I think Bowen is such a. We're never going to get him, by the way.
Yeah, Bowen would be. Yeah, Bowen. Yeah, he's a big game player too. I think he got that winning goal. He got the winning assist. He got the assist in that when they won the Europa Conference League. He had the assist to Paqueta for the winning goal. So yeah, big game player right there.
I mean, the thing is, Jeff, for me with Jared Bowen, he can play anywhere, and he's just as good. This is not like a winger who plays on the right wing and like plays one game on the left. No, this is a guy who literally plays anywhere. He's played whole seasons on right wing. He's played whole seasons being in midfield and left wing and striker.
Oh.
Not even false 9. So
Slavia Prague. Spurs are at Prague, and Slavia Prague. Yeah, they scored no goal. I was like, you idiots. The Prague team, the not Spurs team. I can't even say their name.
Slavia Praha.
Slavia Praha, yeah, they scored an own goal.
I
so
believe
Spurs
Slavia
winning.
Praha has a Champions League, right? Or is that
I think
someone else?
so. Let's see
Let me
who's
check.
on right now.
It's Slavia Praha and Steaua Bucharest.
Frankfurt's up 1-0 on Barcelona.
Oh no.
Liverpool 0-0. Julian Alvarez scored for Atletico, so that's 1-1. Chelsea are up 1-0. Bayern 1-3. Oh, the scores went away. Oh, and then then the graphic changed to the Women's Champions League. Sorry, but
But by the way,
I actually hate watching women's football. They're so boring. They're so slow.
You see this?
I'm the anti-feminist.
You see this misogyny over here? Unbelievable.
Same with the WNBA. I'm like, I'm happy women have a venue to go play sports, but I don't like to watch. It's so boring to watch. For me personally, I can't watch it. I'm like,
I'm gonna be honest. I think women's football at this point is better to watch than the Premier League. I can't lie.
Fair.
The Premier League though is so terrible to watch. You'll have the occasional good game, but overall, Premier League is so bad. The women's shootout.
That City Fulham game, that is pure Barclays right there.
The women's
That's probably a great game for the neutrals.
I don't know if you watched the women's shootouts, but that was a proper banger tournament. The men's shootouts, it's so fucking boring. Like these guys moving around like fucking NPCs, they got no passion. But the women's shootouts, both these girls were putting in their hearts. The football was not at the men's level, but there was passion there, which you didn't see from the men in the Euros. So I think overall the best games, to be honest, they do still come from the men's games. But I think the men just so often play such boring, super tactical games.
Yeah. That's why I hate watching Arsenal games. They make me want to gouge my eyes out. They're just so painfully boring to watch. I'm like, oh. The only time I follow women's footy is I watch my national country. I watch the USA women. So they let us down big time in the World Cup. So that was rough.
The thing is with Arsenal, yeah. It feels like a fucking chore to watch them because Arsenal is just Mikel Arteta just sets up in such a way, yeah. I don't get why Arteta does this because what Arteta does is he sets up in a way to have super defensive shape in the back. And you think, okay, he's going to go forward quickly. But then he goes forward slowly. And you can't break down a low block when you're playing the way Arteta does because he's got no creative players on the pitch. Sometimes he'll have Eze on left wing. And at the same time, he's got all these defenders, but he's trying to break down the low block. He's trying to do slow build-up. And I just don't get it.
Well, he doesn't have the players to do it. Like,
but
I'm going to just keep saying this till the cows come home. Declan Rice ain't that guy. If you want offense going forward, Declan Rice ain't your 6 or ain't your 8. He should be a 6 or a center back. He's terrible going forward.
But he does have the players to do that, though. He could just put Declan Rice in the 6, put Ødegaard in the 8, and put Eze in the 10. Or
he could put Declan Rice on the bench and play Zubimendi, who's much better going forward. Ødegaard in the 8, who's much better going forward. And Eze actually create something. But I actually love it because I think it's going to lead to a lot of draws. And that's ultimately going to benefit us. And they'll never blame Declan Rice either. They'll never blame him. Even though Saka, also Saka has been very human this season. He does not look good at all. I think that injury just killed him. He does not look as explosive at all. He's not as creative. Like, he got his first assist in a calendar year. If that was Phil Foden, we would never hear the end of it. But because it's Bukayo Saka, well, he was injured. Not all players get that grace, do they?
Well, the thing is with Saka, I've been saying it for years. His legs are going to go at some point, and I think his legs are gone. He's going to be washed before he's 26. We're watching the...
He'll be done by 27, 28 probably. They'll probably sign him to a giant contract and be paying him. He's not going to be effective in his prime, I don't think. He's already had a problem the same hamstring this season. That's just going to compound. We've seen it with John Stones. He keeps having hamstring injuries, and look at how washed he is now.
Yeah, exactly.
I
think Saka is done as a player, if I'm being honest.
I
really think we're seeing the last of Bukayo Saka. I just can't imagine Bukayo Saka lasting much longer because, let's be honest, yeah, he's played since he was, 18, almost every game in his career. Almost every game he was available. For England, for Arsenal, barely rested, rushed back from injury multiple times. He's had surgery on his hamstring already. And he was rushed back from that too. I think he's done, man. I think he's been criminally mismanaged.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham, I think, is going to be in that same boat. He's having a lot of injury problems too. He's also been playing every game since he was like 16, 17 for Birmingham City. And then he played all the time for Dortmund, and he's had a bunch of like massive injuries.
And you compare that to Phil Foden, who came onto the scene a bit slower, but you see now what it's worth to have that patience with a player. I think Saka is going. I'm not being funny. I think Arsenal is just going to go downhill. They're going to go downhill because their manager doesn't know how to manage them. Saka is in rapid decline. Their centre backs are already wanting to leave to Madrid.
No, they both signed extensions. They're both staying.
Yeah, but what does that matter if Madrid come knocking with money?
Oh, because Madrid usually don't pay for players. That's the thing. They're not going to pay 100 billion for Saliba.
Well, at some point they will. And at some point, Madrid is going to have to spend money. They can't keep getting everyone on a free.
Well, they paid for Jude. They paid for Houston or House whatever, the guy from Bournemouth. Hoyson, yeah, he had a release clause. They paid that. That was like 50 million. So I mean, yeah, I guess they'll pay. What we need to do is we need to sign Joško Vardiel to a new contract because I'm worried they're going to come after him.
Nah. I think with Man City we keep our players because we win trophies. When you win trophies and your players are playing, they don't want to leave.
We got to win some trophies, though. We haven't. Last season.
We'll win the Premier League.
I want to win that Carabao Cup. I know everyone's like, "Oh, the Mickey Mouse Cup," but I'm like, I need Erling Haaland to complete English football. Give me that Carabao Cup. Let's go. I
think we are the favourites to win the Carabao Cup. Arsenal. Watch Arsenal lose to who do they have? Crystal Palace.
Crystal Palace.
Yeah, I want Palace in that final. Give me that Crystal Palace final.
Revenge, baby! It's all about revenge.
With John Stones being injured again, we really should be putting everything into signing Guehi in January, says RTD. I still don't think we're getting Guehi, to be honest. Do you think we get Guehi?
I think it's possible. There have been some links. I know they're not like the greatest sources, but I think Palace, if they want to get any money for him, they have to sell him in January, or else he goes on a free. So they might think like, oh, business-wise, we might have to just suck it up and sell him, even though it'll mess their season. Well, they'll have Chris Richards, and they'll have the other guy whose name I forget. Because I think the whole reason they didn't sell him in what was it, the summer, is because I think Glasner literally said, if you sell him, I'm quitting. And they didn't want to deal with that like a week before the season's or the day of the deadline deal or whatever. So like the club blocked the Guehi thing, but they might look at it as a business and be like, yo, we got to make some money off of this guy. And maybe they would just take a cheeky 20 or 30 million in January.
I think it's probably be a bit more than that, but it doesn't matter about the money for me. It just matters if we get them or not. I won't be surprised if we get Guehi, but I just don't think we're really going to get him.
I mean, I'd like it. He's a good center. I mean, I'd much rather see him coming off the bench than John Stones or Nathan Ake in 2025.
Oh no, I agree.
They're both washed. Like that's just the brutal truth. They're both just washed up. Injuries have robbed both of them of their quality that made them good 3 years ago. They're not good anymore. And I think it's a risk every time they come on, a risk that we're going to concede because they're going to get beaten for pace. My only concern is if we signed a Gahey, it's going to block someone. Because remember, we bought 3 center backs last January, and only one of them's on our squad. He doesn't play. Where's he going to? If Gahey's there, Gahey's going to be the first in line. So then Husanov would be second in line. And we see our second in line's not getting a lot of time either. Victor Hayes is rumored to be coming back next summer because apparently Pep wants him to come back. So I don't know if Husanov would want to be 5th center back again. And I think that would also completely eliminate Juma Ba for me. But from what I've heard, I've watched a little bit of Nice. It's been a mixed bag of what I've seen. And I didn't see their most recent game, but Steve watched it. And he said that Juma Ba had a stinker and hooked at halftime. So that would probably spell the end of his Man City career. But we bought him so cheap, they probably just wanted to spin him off for profit anyway. So... yeah, and then I think Husanov might want to leave at some point too, because I don't think he would accept being 5th choice. Because I think they want to bring Hayes back because of he's got that John Stones like profile, that can invert into the midfield. Really really good passing out the back. Because that we're going to need. We have to have ball playing center backs now because of Donnarumma not being able to kick the ball very well. So we do have to change that whole aspect. And Vardial, he can't go 70 games a season. He's the only one who can do it right now. So maybe Husanov's lack of quality with the ball is going to rule him out too.
Yeah, fair. I think you get a right back to do that. I think you get a right back to go and do that ball play.
I would definitely I would prefer to sign a right back over a center back, but I don't.
Because the thing is, if you sign a right back, now Husanov can become your extra center back.
Well, he's not getting minutes as a right back either. They're just running Nunes into the ground. That's what's worrying me is that Husanov, if he's not getting any minutes at right back, he's also getting 0 minutes at center back. Like if you take away one position where he could play, he's just not going to play. But then, you could sell him, but you might not make a profit because you've held on to him for so long and you haven't played him. So I don't know how that works.
I mean, I will not sell Husanov. I will not.
He might ask to leave though if he's not playing because he's like, "Yo, I don't want to just sit on your bench. Like I'm here to play. I'm not here to sit on a bench."
Yeah, he's gonna have to play. I think, funnily enough, if you sign a right back and you play that right back at right back, now you can play Nunez at right wing. So there you go. You've got another winger option who actually scores. No offense, I think
if we sign a right back, I think Nunes might leave the club.
Yeah, but not in January.
No. I mean, like next summer. I could see him leaving.
But I don't mind Nunez leaving in January or in the summer. Sorry,
I don't either. I don't. I mean, he's done a great job this year, but long term, I just think we could do better. I'd rather have a proper right back, and Pep clearly doesn't rate him in the midfield, so that's not going to happen. And if we sign Semenyo, we're already going to have two. We're going to have Marmoush, Jeremy Doku, Semenyo. Wow, that's a fun little wordplay. Like you're already going to have 4 wingers. Is Nunez going to want to be and that's assuming if Oscar Bob comes back. So then you'd have 5. So it's like, is Nunez want to be 5th or 6th winger? Bottom of the, not even considered for the midfield and then like a backup. I think he'd want to leave.
But I don't think he'd be 5th choice, to be fair. He'd be ahead of Bob. He'd be ahead of Savio, to be quite frank.
No, I think Pep's made it clear Savio's like high on his list, even though, again, painfully average.
Yeah, but at the same
it's
time...
like Bernardo. Savio's going to be the new Bernardo. He's just going to play all the time when he isn't showing why.
At the same time... Nunez is playing right now when Husanov isn't getting a chance. So Nunez is also quite high up the list at the moment. but maybe that's a bit fickle. Anyhow.
Well, if he doesn't get some rotation soon, he's going to burn out. Or he's going to get injured.
Or both. Anyhow, big up to Matt.
He's probably still trying to play John Stones in front of him. I'm like, Jesus Christ, you fucking play the guy. What are you doing?
Big up to Matt Hatter. One Premier League goal so far this season for Savio, Doku, Bob. Just Doku with the goal. Diaz and Gvardiol have 2 each Premier League goals. So Diaz and Gvardiol have 4 goals between them. Our wingers have 1 goal between them.
Who had Diaz scoring at all this season on their bingo card? I don't think anyone did. Now he's got 2. You're like, what?
Well, centre backs scored once in a while, but I didn't expect him to score that against.
I expect Joshka too. He's Joshka, the former striker, but Diaz, you're like, eh. Diaz is one where I'm like, I don't care. Like you're the one player, you and the keeper, the 2 players on the pitch where I'm just like, yeah, if you don't score, whatever. I mean, keepers hardly ever score anyway. That's like once every couple of years you might get one, like an Allison or something random, but you hardly ever see that. But Diaz, I'm like, yeah, whatever. Just focus on defending. I don't care.
Maybe we can give Donnarumma a penalty at some point.
This is some big shoes to fill. Although if he's bad with his feet, I don't know.
No. Let him take a penalty. I remember, Simon Mignolet, way back when he was playing in Belgium. He pretty much single-handedly got his team promoted. They were so shit, but he just stopped every shot. Got them promoted to the 1st division. At the end of the season, they let him take a penalty. And it was the shittiest penalty ever. But the ball came back to him somehow. And he tapped it in, and that's his 1 career goal.
Wow.
Anyhow, if City signed Salah, I don't want Salah. No. I'm sorry. He's a baby. He's going to cry the moment he doesn't get his way. He's washed. And Salah is on silver settings right now. I'm sorry.
High wages, too. $400K a week. Ugh.
Jesus.
So if we're sitting all this money on I heard we're trying to reduce the wage bill, not up it.
Yeah, just deport this geezer to Saudi. Maybe that's what we're doing with Marmoush. We're trying to decrease the wage bill. We just signed him and now we're trying to get him out already.
$290K a week, man. I don't know. And he can't get a game. That is blowing my mind. Because they're like, oh, well, Doku got better. And I'm like, Doku has like no DNA. I want to see Marmoush get back because Marmoush and Holland last season were cooking together. They were feeding off each other, and they were both scoring a lot of goals until Holland got hurt. And then Marmoush didn't score a lot because he's not a striker. And apparently Pep wants a backup striker at $290K disgruntled on the bench. I think he leaves this summer.
I hope not, but it's
heading that way. He should be starting. He should be starting at left wing and inverting behind Holland. That's what he should be doing. Phil Foden should be the 8 further back, dictating the tempo. And Doku should be coming on late in games to burn people for pace late in the game. I'm sorry. I want the goals, man. I really want the goals. I want Marmoush scoring goals because that's what I want to see. I want to watch goals.
RTD says, I would not mind Salah for half a season. I'm sorry. Why waste half a season with someone who's going to go after that? But when you can go buy someone.
But that's what they want. That's what they want. I personally don't.
I just buy someone for the long term.
Yeah, we can't. We're trying to rebuild here. Not, or at least I thought we were. I don't know. Apparently, we can't rebuild without a bunch of 30-year-olds on our bench and in our lineup.
Pep hates flair. It explains it all. I mean, maybe. Goal Liverpool. I think we're quite a bit behind here on what Wim is saying. But Julian Alvarez scored.
Yeah, Alvarez got a goal. I'm going to turn this game on. I've got to pick another game. What game should I turn on? Let me see.
Big up, Jay. Big up. How are you? Man City has lost its credibility. We're not shit anymore, Jay. Our banter era is over.
What game should I put on? I'll put on... I'll put the Liverpool game on. Maybe. The fact that that's 0-0 is shocking. Yeah, that
Haaland,
Liverpool goal got disallowed for whoever sent that comment in, if they're not paying attention.
yeah, you put it in chat, disallowed Liverpool goal.
Gotcha.
Haaland carrying City for years now. Well, he's carrying us to title, so I don't mind. Do you think Arsenal are winning the Prem? Fuck no. That's so shit, Jay.
I'm happy for them to be the favorites, though. Right now, I would love to just, after interacting with this very arrogant Arsenal fan, I really want that guy to I really just want to shove it in their faces.
Come on, Jay. You're Brazilian. You know these guys ain't got it like that. My Brazilian G's, come on. You know football. Arsenal ain't those. They're not that guy, you know. Looks like Saka peaked from 22 to 24. Yeah.
Well, their manager, McCulloch didn't manage him properly. Oh, come on, Inter. Nope, terrible.
What's the score in that game? Is it still
0-0? Yeah, Inter can't beat this like really crappy Liverpool team. I can't even. Apparently, Isak is garbage. Who's even playing? Florian
Isak
Wirtz.
is garbage. Oh, I thought he was world class.
I thought he was better than Holland. Oh God, these pricks are gonna score, aren't they?
Atletico is winning 1-2.
Nope.
Barcelona is 1-1 at the moment.
Oh, it was. Oh yeah, Koundé just scored. Frankfurt were winning that game.
Barca washed is addled with saying. La Liga is mad stabbed right now. I can't lie.
Yeah, La Liga is boring. I watched the Girona game though against Real Madrid because I was doing a Victor Hayes scout along, and he was very good in that game.
It's
and then I was like, we got to get something. I was like, if Girona can draw them, we got to at least draw them. Like,
it's 3-1 by the way for Marseille. They've scored.
Oh, it's 1-1. Atalanta just scored.
Chelsea, bro. Chelsea. I thought guys said it was supposed to be this world class savior of the world.
Sorloth just scored, so it's 3-1 Atletico.
That
was fast because that was 1-1 for a while, and then like 2 goals back to back. Yeah, it's 3-1 now. PSV.
So yeah, number 10 scored of race against Union. What I might say.
The less we say about that person, the better.
Yeah, but yeah, big up Jay, my Brazilian G's. Anyhow, let's actually talk about Madrid because we barely have to.
Yeah, we gotta do it quickly because I gotta go to work soon. So
yeah, I was gonna close up on this as well. So I think we're gonna start the exact same 11 that we did.
The only change I could possibly see happening is Turkey and Rangers. They seem to be the only kind of interchanging players.
I can see that, but I think we'll start the same 11. I think I won't be surprised if Turkey and Rangers swapped again, though.
Yeah, because Pep seems to play Tijani in the Champions League games because I think he's more on speed with that. He's still struggling with the speed of the Premier League, and so the Champions League kind of get him some confidence.
Maybe as long as he plays well, I don't mind. I think we should batter them, to be honest. They're already bored. And now these players, Alonso being sacked is being advertised. So even the Bernabeu is not going to be cheering on the Madrid players at this point. A lot of these players are going to take a piss if they don't want the manager in. Bro, I'm just saying, getting sacked in the modeling chance... They're gonna hit hard when you know it.
Did they say that? What is that in Spanish?
I'm not sure, but the away fans can do it for us.
Hell yeah!
Big up to the away fans, everyone who's going. But no, you know what's the thing is here with the Bernabeu? No one has scored a hat trick at the Bernabeu in the Champions League since Gastier.
Oh, Barcelona just scored again. Just Koundé again. Holland doesn't have a hat trick this season, so
he hasn't had a hat trick all calendar year for Man
City. Chop! Come on, man! You want to get a Ballon d'Or? Go score a hat trick at the Bernabeu. That'll show that.
Since 1996, not a single player has scored a Champions League hat-trick at the Bernabeu. 1996.
Wow. Damn, you weren't even born.
Yeah.
I was 11 years old.
Yeah. So there
I'm
you go.
old.
I was still 6 years removed from this world, so
Wow.
that's crazy. Isn't
Hey
it?
man, you missed the 90s. The 90s were great. It was a simpler time. We didn't have phones. We didn't have the internet. We got them towards the end of the 90s, but
to be fair, I grew up in Europe and we're always like 5 years behind on technology behind you guys. So well, back then we were. Nowadays we're pretty much. But nowadays we're like 3 months behind. But back then we were like 5-6 years behind. So I kind of got that like time without like mainstream internet and stuff. But it was very brief and I was very young. So I barely remember it. But anyhow, that's besides the point. Let's round up there. Score predictions. I'll go Man City 4-1.
wow. I'm very cautious about this. I'm gonna say it's gonna be a 2-2. I don't know. I just have this bad feeling. Like we'll probably outplay the hell out of them in the first half. We'll go up 2-0 and then we'll just.
I had a bad feeling in the treble when Madrid came to us at the Etihad. I had a bad feeling before that game.
I did too. Dude, I was nervous at 2-0. I was like, even though we had completely destroyed them, I was like, it's not enough. I was so scarred from the year before.
I'm so scarred from that.
Dagger in the heart. I was like, they're gonna score. They're gonna score. And it turns out we should have won 10-0. Like we literally just absolutely bitch slapped them. And the fact that we only scored 4 goals was kind of insulting.
I mean, Courtois. I'm sorry. If that was any goalkeeper other than Courtois, we would have won 7.
If that was Lunin, it would have been 8-0. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's leave it there. Thanks for coming on as always, Scout. Like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you guys on the next one.
We're Whining Tuesday probably next week.
Cheers. Well, I'm not sure yet.
I think we have the cup game. We have the cup game next. We have the Brentford game next Wednesday.
Is that Wednesday?
I have that game off. I have that day off too, so I can do the watch. Ooh, another drunk watch along. Yes, we're doing a drunk watch along. So
yeah, we can get the blue shark out for then. So we will be there.
Get the blue shark out for tomorrow.
We will be there. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.